Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with Barbecue Champs Academy, and we have got a barn burner great show for everybody tonight. We are looking so forward to this show, and I think we got some great guests with Miss Arica Dodson, Mr. Matt Ouverson, Mr. Bill Purvis with Chicken Fried Barbecue, Mr. Brady Baudin from South Louisiana. Had a great time this past weekend, and we are really looking forward to a great show for everybody tonight. As we always do, we're going to give everybody just a few moments to come in here and give everybody a shout out that joins us. So, Mr. Gordon, thank you for being here all the way from Cleveland. Let's see who else we got. Paul, we appreciate you being here. Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. Anyway, let's see. Oh, that's James. Oh, I'm sorry. The show started late. Wonder if that had anything to do with Eric. Oh, trust me, sir. Yeah, we were right on time. So, man, Eric, I told you, if James gets too lippy, I will put him in timeout. So he started off right off the get-go. So we'll give him another minute. We'll see what happens. Jason, good seeing you, brother. Glad to have you with us tonight. Mr. Steve, thank you for joining us. Kevin, appreciate you being here. And hey, Mike, congrats on your weekend. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. Steve, yep, thanks for my RGC. It was good. We're going to talk a little bit about it. I've never seen a three-way tie before, but we had one. You got all three of them here tonight, so it's going to be a great show. Dan, we appreciate you being here all the way from Houston, Texas. Miss Caitlin Crane, thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday to you too, sweetie. Mr. John, up from the area of Wisconsin, thank you for being here. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Mr. Danny Titus, Mike, good evening. Yeah, beans go with chili and hot dogs. See there, man, we already got the beans and the chili going again. Oh, let's see. This show's going to be epic. I'm hoping so. I think there's going to be some sparks around here, especially in the first part when we get Eric on here. So, Mark, thank you for being with us. Darian, thank you for being here. Let's see. Kurt, thank you for being here. And who else we got? Got Mr. Joe with us. Man, we got a lot of folks already coming on. Got 44 folks here. Joe, thank you for being with us tonight. Craig, who is James living with now? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering the same thing. I would have offered him maybe to be on camera, but I figured he would have just been too bad. And he may have had a couple black eyes, and I didn't want him to get embarrassed. So I just felt like, we're going to keep it. I told Kara, don't even tell him you're going to be on the show tonight. So... let's see. Joel, thank you for being here. Who else we got? Kevin Barker, three-way tie for Grand. That was crazy. I've been cooking a long time. I have never seen a three-way tie. It was absolutely awesome. Rick, we appreciate you being with us tonight. Mr. Verrill, thank you for being here. You had an awesome weekend. Thank you, sir. John, thank you for joining us tonight. Alan Jackson, all the way from Nebraska. Let's see, laughing out, not the beans and chili again. Yeah, we're going to leave that alone. We got enough excitement going on tonight. We'll get that on another time. Wild Bill, you're on fire. Yeah, Bill Purvis, as you didn't know, got another grand champion this weekend. That's 3 in a row. And he only needs one more for the state championship. He's going to be co-hosting with me tonight. Heath, thank you for joining us as well. Jeffrey, good evening to you, sir. Found out she was on tonight via Facebook. Well, of course you did, James. You didn't think we was going to tell you. So, let's see who else we got. Ken, thank you, sir, for being here all the way from Wisconsin. We got a couple of them up in Wisconsin area. Hey, Mike, congratulations for the past weekend. Looking forward to the show. Appreciate it, Blake. We've got a good show lined up. Brody, thank you for being with us. Now, I'm trying to go off of memory, but I think you did pretty deadgum well your first competition out. Ping me up here on the comments and let us know how you did, but I seem like you did very, very good your first competition, which doesn't surprise me. Chris Hatcher, thank you, brother, for being with us tonight. And congratulations, Bill Purvis. Straight fire. I would have to agree with you there. So that's the greatest thing that you've said all night, James. So, let's see. Adam Gotro. Hey, brother, how you doing, man? You had some good calls this weekend as well. Always good seeing you. And glad to have you with us tonight, brother. David, thank you, sir, for being here. Congratulations to you and Bill this past weekend. Yeah, we had a really good weekend. It was crazy. We're gonna get a chance to talk about it. Cracking Coals Barbecue here. Stephen, thank you for joining us. Serge, thank you for being here. Let's see, Mark. Where is your secret sauce at? It's probably hid somewhere because it's a secret sauce. So, oh, let's see. All right, here we go. Yep, I got reserve grand champion and a huge first place chicken. Dang, Bill, we need to hit up Brody. He got a first place chicken right out the gate. Let's see. Larry Vaughn. Let's see. Good afternoon from South Jersey. Man, we got them from the East Coast to the West Coast tonight. Three Hogs Night Smokers. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Gordon, I've got popcorn to sit and watch what Arica does to James Dodson. Yeah, I think we all got the popcorn going because I tell you what, there's nobody should take that kind of abuse. So, oh, goodness gracious. Well, real quick, I want to thank all of our partners, and we're going to get to the show. We've already got 57,000 on here, as Fred Robles would say. We could not do what we do without these guys. I hope that you will support any of these if you're looking for rubs or meats or anything. Prairie Fresh, absolutely love their product. Got some wonderful pork ribs and pork butts. Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop, Mr. Brian Crawford, and his awesome rubs that he's got as well. Mr. Wild Bill, Texas Select Seasoning. Couldn't do what we do without him. Thank you for his support as well. Mr. David with Gunnar Wilhelm Knives. If you're looking for knives, some of the absolute best in the business. Incredibly sharp, holds an edge, amazing, and they're very, very well priced. Dustin Stanley does a ton for barbecue as well. Not only does he have an awesome retail store, but he does a lot to help promote barbecue, and he's really been working with Joey Smith with Foundation, and we really do appreciate Dustin as well. Mr. John Lindsay with All Queued Up, and my dear sweet friend, Miss Gail, down with Daigle's Barbecue sauces and rubs, and she's got some spectacular glazes as well. I'm hoping that you'll see some of those in the shot that we did this weekend when we were filming. Thank you for all of your help and your support over the years. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. We got one here. First IBCA comp, walk 10th, 4th, and 3rd. Wow, first ever comp. Man, that is awesome right out the gate at an IBCA comp. Congratulations there. Well, I tell you what. First of all, we're gonna bring in our co-host, Mr. Bill Purvis with Chicken Fried Barbecue. Hey, brother, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Mike. How are you guys?
Man, I'm doing fantastic, Bill. Another great weekend for you. Another GC. That's 4 out of the last 6, 3 straight, including the Austin Rodeo and San Antonio. Man, you're on a tear.
Man, it all seems to be going my way. So, man, I'm not going to complain.
No. So. One more. Let's just 6 state champions. One more for Otto for the Jack. You got all the way to the end of July the 31st to get it. I'm not much of a betting man, but I would not bet against you. So we probably ought to call Vegas and see what the odds are. It's probably going to be 1-2. So it's going to be something crazy. But yeah, man, congratulations. We'll talk a little bit about your cook here in just a minute. Man, we got
and the Louisiana guys didn't make it easy, I'll tell you that. So
man, that was a tough comp. 54 teams. Yeah. I just knew we was walking into a hornet's nest. When you get down to South Louisiana, those guys know that area, and that's what I kept telling the people in the film crew. They like, what's the hardest deal? I was like, I've only cooked down here a couple times this far south. I'm still trying to learn what they want down here, and I didn't want to show up down there and just get hammered and look horrible on TV. So I was doing my homework and trying to figure out exactly what I was going to do. Now you just roll in there like, I got this. I'm just going to cook some good food and see what happens. And apparently it worked out pretty good for you. A first rib, a first brisket, and that was 30 points. So let's see what we got. Hey, Chicken Fried Barbecue, Caitlin Crane, Lee Hickle. He is on fire. Absolutely. The Barbecue King. Oh, man. Brody says hi. One more to go from James. Congratulates Mike and Bill. Yeah, it was great. Chuck. Yep. Mike and Bill, how you doing? Danny Helms. Thank you, brother, for being here. Hello. The coon asses want spice and salt. Not really. You bring that down here, you'll find out real quick. They do not want that. So, goodness gracious. Bill is the man. He is on fire. All right, man, we got 75,000 folks on here tonight. Man, this keeps going up. All right, let's get this party started. There is only one person that I want to get to right now, and then we're going to get into the others. And that is this young lady right here, Miss Arica Dodson with Limp Brisket 2. And I think that needs to be a permanent deal as far as I'm concerned. I
Is she still on the team or no?
Oh, no, he fired her. Oh, he fired her. Yeah, he fired her. And I almost sent a post out, Eric. I'm just going to let you know. I almost said, I want you on my team. I was just right then. As soon as I saw it, I was like, hey,
let me
I tell you what.
clarify, though.
Let's
he
get
said
it.
I was fired. And when I'm like, I'm fired. And he's like, wait, you're just fired from running boxes, though.
No, we can't do that. Either you're on the team or you're off the team. If you can't be a box runner, I mean, so we're going to get to that. Yeah, he kind of was being funny today, you know, like, ha, 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 I thought I was going to be on his side. I don't appreciate what he did to you. I mean, you know, you're a beautiful woman. You know, you got a great smile. I mean, you know, come on. You're running his boxes for him, and he's thinking, I'm going to do a class on how to get a brisket box turned in on time. So, with what he said, I'm going to do a class on how to get a brisket box turned in on time. Per James's instructions, that's what he wanted. So, you know, anytime that I'm looking, you know, Bill's been beside me. A lot of questions. I'm pulling the answers out. He's probably looking at me like, you know this. Why are you asking? But here we go. So, a couple questions. When does he put his brisket on?
6:30.
6:30. And what time's brisket turn in?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay.
3,
and approximately what time does he have it wrapped?
About 12:30.
About 8:30 he's wrapping it, and then it's finished about what time? And it's finished about
6:30, wraps about 8:30, and then it's finished about 12:30.
12:30, 1:30, 2:30. That's Bill, 2.5 hours. I'm just kind of, you know, you're kind of going with me, right, Bill? I mean, it wasn't a last minute deal. The brisket's so hot he couldn't handle it. So, what is your role when he's cooking the brisket? Are you having to do anything, or did he have it?
Yeah, I'm cooking ribs and chicken.
So basically, he had one job.
Yes, sir. He had one job.
I got you.
This is what he's making me carry around.
A brisket box.
Every time I walk past him, he'll say, "Take this and run." Practice.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think
we just been on an all-out war in our house. The whole.
Yeah. So
I will tell you this, Arica. I will tell you this, and you can ask my wife. She's never had to run. She's never had to run.
Just walk. I mean,
I'm just saying.
The same way. I mean, I will tell, and I'm going to give you. So you heard the pointer from Bill, and then I'm going to give you one that Suzette gives to me. So all right. So here's the deal. You cook the chicken, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you run the box, or did he run the box? Oh, you ran your own box, and you got it on time. Okay. Yep. And let's talk about ribs. You cooked the ribs.
Yep.
And did you run your box?
I did.
And you got it there on time. So I really am trying to figure out how the best way to go about doing a class is. It sounds like he needs to get his crap together. I mean, so he had the brisket. He gives you a box. Mm-hmm. What time did he give you the box?
He gave me the box at 3:07. It was a little bit after that because I said the words. It is 3:07.
Okay. Yeah. Usually at 3:07,
seconds after.
Suzette at that point has just about got her foot halfway up my butt, kicking it. Like, get it in the box.
Listen, I'm sorry. He was doing that. He had to he has his ritual, put his socks on, and then make sure the lights are perfect. And I'm going like this. We gotta go. I mean, it wasn't for the lack of trying, for sure.
So you was pushing him. You was pushing him.
Absolutely. Even though I will say, I tried the brisket. You know, it was. It was. So, I mean, I might have done him a little bit of a favor because it was just.
You know, and Eric, I've been around you a few times. I mean, you're about here on my arm. You're probably what, 5'2", 5'4"?
5 feet.
5'3", okay, right in the middle. You know, it's not like you got the longest legs to run either. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I mean, 6'2". I mean, we could pick them up and put them down if we had to. But the thing is, I mean, if it's 3:07, you would think, okay. You get up there, and then you told me one thing that James completely forgot to say about the clock that was in the trailer.
Right.
Let's get that out for the public.
So the walk,
James?
the walk was only about, I'm going to say maybe a full minute walk, like a fast walk. But when I got there, of course, obviously, I turned it in 4 seconds late. So our clock was obviously off.
Oh, wow. And
so in his version, I'm carrying a box like this, like saying hi to all my friends, walking up and fixing my lipstick, and he thinks I've just did not put
any effort to get there,
which it was not the case. And I have Tim Woolridge, Chuck Fowler, Brooke Vernon. They all saw me going. They were like, "Come on, girl, let's go!" You know, like trying to help me get there. And you know, I had witnesses too. But he's like, "Well, were you stopping to do shots with people or having a beer?" Okay, yeah, no, that didn't happen.
So he gives you a box late. He had, you know, you got a 20-minute window to get brisket in. 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after. He gives it to you at the last minute, and he probably gives you the box at 3:09, obviously, because it's a 1-minute walk. He was 4 seconds late. So he gives you a box at 3:09, and you're thinking it's 3:07, and you got 3 minutes to walk a 1-minute walk.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I tell you right now.
Still getting blamed.
Well, here's the problem. We got 77,000 people on here right now, and they all know now the truth of what happened. He screwed the pooch. Okay? I mean, if he gave you a box at 3:09 and you thought you had 3 minutes to walk a 1-minute walk, I don't have to run. I don't want to mess his precious, beautiful slices that he's got in. I don't want to bounce them around and mess them up. I'm going to walk. I'm going to get there in 1 minute like I did all my 2 walks. I didn't have no time. Problems getting them in. So now the truth has been spoken. And I wanted to clear the air because I know how James is, that, you know, he'll twist the story around. And he always twists it to his
just a little bit.
I never said she was not beautiful and a gorgeous woman. She's a slow walker. Yeah. No, she's not a slow walker, buddy. You need to learn something that's called calibrate the clock to your phone, or use your phone, James. If you got a clock, use your phone.
I will tell you, it's an all-out war in this house. Every chance he gets to like nip at me, he does. And listen, the barbecue dishes are still sitting there. I'm not touching them. and I'm extending his time on the couch because, you know, my bed's pretty comfortable without him in it right now.
There you go.
Keep on talking.
Yeah, keep talking that smack. Let me tell you something. He a big old boy, right? You're kind of tiny, 5'3", probably 110 pounds sopping wet. You know, it's amazing what a 5-pound sack of potatoes will do to somebody when they're in the bed. Throw that cover completely over the top of his head when he's in the dead middle of his sleep, and put some pot knots on him with them potatoes, and I promise you, he will be a new man when you get done with it. Sometimes them big guys like that need an attitude adjustment.
It's true.
You know, and he obviously needs
and I can
one.
handle that, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see, Chris, better put that beer down and slice brisket on time. Yeah. You know, there you go. Thank you, Chris. I mean, here's somebody that probably knows exactly how he acts. So we got 81,000 people that are listening to this. We now understand the truth. Number one, James was screwing around, drinking beer, not getting his brisket slice. Number two, hands Arica a box that
he was messing with his socks. He was messing with his socks.
Making sure that socks were
thank
on
you.
perfectly.
Thank you, Bill. He was messing with his socks, screwing around, drinking beer, playing around trying to get his brisket slices prettied up because they were probably burnt and dry and looked horrible. And on top of that, he gives Arica a box. She's got 3 minutes to walk. She's going out the door. Everything's great. And yet it was 3:09, and he is responsible for the clocks. So all I can say is, James, man, you need to literally throw a sincere apology out to Arica before she gets drafted by me or Bill or somebody else, because obviously I think you had like a 4th place chicken or something. 3rd, 4th chicken. What chicken? Yeah.
Oh, it was 9th. It was 9th.
9th place chicken. And what kind of rib did you have?
I could have used a 9th place chicken.
Oh, yeah, I could have too.
Hey, everything counts, man. Everything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you cleared the air,
that
sweetie.
beat my chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. Bill's is still flying around down in South Louisiana somewhere. It never made the final table. So,
No, it didn't make the final table.
God. Yeah, Stephen Peacock says, I'm sorry I'm late. No pun intended.
Okay, Stephen.
Let's see. This ain't going to go so well for you, James. No.
Nope.
I knew right off the
Promise
get-go
you
when
that.
James stuck his foot in his mouth.
I promise you.
Yeah, it's not going good.
Ouch.
Let's see. Nike has a new pair of shoes coming out. I bet they are sponsored with you.
Hey, does it come with a calibrated time clock, though?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, well, here's what I'm going to do, Eric. If he doesn't have the money to afford it, I've got an atomic clock that hooks to a satellite. Okay, it's about 2 foot wide and about 8 inches tall. It's massive. Suzette was like, "Why did you get one so big? You can see it 3 trailers down."
That's right.
I didn't quite realize it was that big, but you know what? It's always on time. It hooks to it syncs to the satellite, perfect time. So
we may need the big numbers because at his old age, he's going to need it.
he can't see it. Yeah,
he can't see it. It's
keeps
what
digging that
He
hole.
needs big numbers.
Absolutely, we're going to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin Baker says set the clock 2 minutes faster. That would probably help him.
Yeah.
Like you ever wash barbecue dishes? Yeah, she probably. Yeah, she shouldn't have to wash the dishes. James. Yeah, James, you're digging it. You're digging it, man. When the dirt hits you on the head, your hole is deep.
Dishes, I'm not touching them now.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Mike, still remember you giving your wife. Hey, I'm giving my wife ideas, but I'm telling you right now, you don't understand. Now, I've got an atomic clock. It's dead on the money. And, buddy, when it's 3 o'clock, it's like, I got to go. You need to get the damn food in the box now. I got to go. And she was doing that to me this weekend, and we had a 30-second walk to get to the turn-in. And I'm like, baby, it's a 30-second walk. We're two trailers over. Get the food in the box. And I was like, okay,
hey,
I got it.
It's not easy being a barbecue wife. It's
not. It's not. And I did.
To you guys.
I'm telling you, before that clock hit 3:08, she was already walking. And that box, I promise you, was in at 3:08. So, all right. Well, Arica, I appreciate you clearing the air.
Absolutely.
I am sorry that you have to take this kind of abuse.
Don't be sorry for me. Be sorry for James.
Oh, I am. Oh, are y'all coming to Gilmer?
No, we're cooking in Gatesville next weekend.
Lucky him. Lucky him. James, you treat her with TLC, brother. Yeah, wow. Yeah, exactly. You got my support, brother. I'm just telling you, you can't do that.
He doesn't need support.
Yeah, he feels like he's got it. So, James Dodson, I got your back. Yeah. I don't know, James, man. It seems like to me you poo-pooed this one, brother. You had lots of time, and you're responsible for the clock. So, Eric, I'm sorry all that happened, but I wanted to clear the air. This Facebook chatter can really be bad, especially when James.
Oh yeah.
And he's doing all the talking.
I don't see it till later. Like
yeah, you're catching the blunt end of it.
I'm like, listen.
And I think he ought to run his own brisket box at Gatesville. Is what I'm thinking.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Talk about firing me.
And then you ought to get a picture. You ought to get a picture of it, Erica, and post it.
That's what I'm gonna do. Great idea.
Yeah.
You do
and
that.
Pull his socks down as well.
Yes. You send me the picture, and I will post it. I will be live next week, and I will post it. Hey, guys, look at this. James is running his own box.
I'm gonna take a picture of him running his own box because he said he fired me for running boxes. Then that does is give me sooner I can crack that beer at the end of the cook. So
there you
I'll
go.
send a picture of
you're in Cadillac mode. You can just watch him and take pictures.
There you go. All right. Well, let's bring in another host we got here. We got Mr. Brady Baudin. This guy is absolutely an incredible cook from South Louisiana. Brady, brother, how are you doing?
Man, Mike, I'm doing great.
Have you had any drama like that? Let's see. Does your wife ever run boxes, or do you do it all by yourself?
No, she doesn't run boxes. I usually do it myself. Every once in a while, I have somebody to do it, but I usually do it myself.
Yeah.
Usually not too far away.
Have you ever screwed up and had your clock like 2.5, 3 minutes too fast than the actual time?
Absolutely.
Inside
the trailers, they can't get that satellite feed.
Right.
And I forgot to put them. I usually put them outside at a contest when I get there, and I forgot to do that. I was looking at that clock. Then all of a sudden I looked at my phone. And I'm like, oh crap, 2 minutes. And I had, I think I had 45 seconds.
Woo!
And I almost messed up, but I didn't. And I've also messed up on turn-in times when I thought it was like a 12:133, but it was a 12:12. I almost missed turn-in for one like that before too.
So you run your own box, and Bill said you've never made your wife run. So what I'm hearing is I'm being taken advantage of.
100%.
Well,
he's taking advantage.
I'm being mistreated.
All I can say is I do know this. The head cook is 100% in charge of everything that happens.
Amen, brother.
If he gets screwed up, he's in charge. If he wins, he gets the grade. You know, you're the head cook.
It all falls on his shoulders. That's right.
It all falls on you.
Right.
So
there you go.
You can blame anybody you want, but it's really the head cook, if you ask me. But I don't know your husband. I don't know y'all, but I just know that if I screw something up, it's on me.
That's right. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, and that's who to blame.
My wife wouldn't take the blame anyway. She'd put it back on me some kind of way anyway.
Yeah, that's for sure.
If I tried to get on to my wife, she'd stop coming to competition. She'd say, "You're on your own."
You don't want to do that.
No,
you don't want to do that.
I need that good luck charm. You
ain't kidding.
That's right.
And those KCBS turn-ins 30 minutes apart. Yeah. Somebody having somebody there is help. Now, when I do a KCBS, I do bring somebody with me.
Absolutely.
It doesn't happen much these days, but I do. I've never done a KCBS by myself.
No, it'd be hard to do. It'd be hard. Well, Brady, let's hear a little bit about the man, the myth, the legend we all want to be like from South Louisiana. So how long you been cooking, brother?
Man, I started cooking in 2014. First contest on my own was August of 2014. To this date, that is the hottest contest I've ever cooked in my life. Had a 4th place chicken. The rest is history. I just hook, line, and sinker on that.
Yeah.
Fell into something where I felt this is where I need to be.
Yeah. Wow.
I've never done anything in my life that I felt that comfortable about as far as competing.
Right.
It brought out a competition spirit in me that I didn't even know I had.
Yeah.
You know, I love it. I love the camaraderie, the people we meet. Lots of people. I've met a lot of people. Have a lot of people I can call friends now because of barbecue. You know.
Right.
I just hope I can keep on doing it.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know, a good friend of mine that I used to drag race with, he owned the car with me, and he told me, he said, I was probably 40 at the time. He said, by the time you're 50 years old, if you can count all your friends on one hand, he said, you're a blessed man. You know, and before I got into barbecue, I mean, it was kind of that way. You know, my friends that I knew, I mean, they were getting further and further away, and, you know, they're not in your life as much. And, man, I probably had 3 or 4 at the most. And, you know, now I got into barbecue, and my gosh, I mean, hands, toes, fingers, and everything else, and they're there. And it truly is because of our barbecue family. And I've got so many incredible friends that, I know exactly what you're talking about. So
I have barbecue buddies that I talk to every day, you know, which didn't happen before. I do have friends, long time friends, and you know, you have your own life, and you drift apart, not intentionally. It just happens. It's the way it is.
Right.
But these barbecue buddies of mine, we all have something in common, and we can always talk about it.
Right. Right.
And it's always interesting to us.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a great big family that I love.
It's
for
a
sure.
lot of fun. Well, I know you was pretty excited about the weekend being filmed with Barbecue USA. I had the opportunity to film with them. You had that opportunity as well, and I think even Bill got a little cameo spot because he'd already been on there. And tell us a little bit about your experience and what you thought about that.
It's definitely an experience I'll never forget. I had really no idea what to expect. It was much more than I expected. The interviews, the camera crew being around all the time, somebody there at all times. It's a little bit unnerving at times, but I got used to it at the end. And being mic'd up is something that I was a little paranoid about. We talk all kind of crap at barbecue competitions, and I want to make sure I didn't say anything about it. Yeah. So that made me a little nervous, but I got over that.
Right.
It's an experience I'm glad I did it. uh, it's something I've always wanted to do. Wasn't sure what it would be like, but it was a great experience. I loved every bit of it.
Right. Right.
I'm just really glad I didn't screw anything up really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. Right.
and I was nervous like you were. I said, just like come over here and I don't get a call. What if I don't get a call? It
Oh,
could
I know
happen.
it. Yeah.
You know, I was
50
very nervous about that, but
Yeah,
you know.
54 teams. I mean, that's what I kept telling Suzette. I was
Ooh,
like, this is not no little simple competition. I mean, there's 54 badass teams here, and
you
and
better
I was
believe it.
just like, man, I just want one call. That's what Bill kept saying. Man, just hope you get one call, right? And I was
That's
like,
right.
yeah, and right off the get go, I got a 14th place chicken. I was like, it's a low one, but by God, I got a call. So I'll take that 14th place chicken in 2 points.
And
So,
and you
and
just think, I said, what if I'm done for the day?
I know it.
What if I'm done?
I know it.
That's a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
Look, I have a
Yeah.
pit in my stomach during awards most of the time, but I did. And after fifth place came by, and I'm like, I didn't get a call yet. That's when I get really nervous.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, I may be done,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I got lucky. I got lucky
Yeah.
at this one. I got a
So
good call.
let's
But
hear what did you have in chicken
I had a second place in chicken.
and ribs?
Miss Chicken ribs was fourth.
Okay.
Brisket was 12th.
All right. So that gave you 30 points.
30 points.
Yep. And then I was like Brady. I mean, I went in, I had a 14th place chicken, and I looked and Bill was sitting right behind me. And I was like, I turned around at Bill, I was like, at least I freaking got one walk. It's a horrible walk, but I'll take it at this point because I've never walked in chicken down here. And then I'm like you, man, when they got to 5th place rib, I'm like, I looked at Bill and I was like, man, there ain't many spots left. I was like,
Nope.
I hope the hell something happens here pretty quick. And then they called 3rd place rib, and I'm looking at Bill, and I know he's freaking been on fire. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, I'm going to freaking have the goose egg and sit on my butt in ribs, and I'm going to have one chicken call after 2 rounds. And you had done walk. You had a 4th place rib, and I was like,
Right.
Brady's done run off with this thing. I don't have a chance
Oh, yeah.
now. And then
I
all
was
of a
like,
sudden,
Brady's already won it.
Yeah,
I thought Brady's won.
we got you pegged.
Oh,
There's
Lord.
two
Doggone
there's
brisket,
two
man.
there's 2 spots left, and me and Bill both done sit on our buddy. When they called me for a 2nd place rib, I was like, oh my gosh.
Here we go.
The camera, okay, this is good. And the camera wanted us to, be loud, be excited, don't just walk up there and and I think
Right.
you did a good job. Like, and I was pumped. I was high-fiving and
Yeah, because that's not usually me. I don't usually
no,
do that.
no, and
But
I not that much. So,
I was excited though.
oh yeah.
But I usually don't do it.
Yeah, I was excited that I got a call that wasn't a 14th place. And then I'm coming back to my chair and I sit down, and then they call Bill 1st place right behind me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. Now but he's only got one call. We're thinking, and at this point, me and Bill think you've still got this thing won. You're sitting there with a 2nd and a 4th.
And Brady's
I
got
got
it.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they're starting to call brisket. And then you had a 12th place brisket. And I was like, I looked
Yeah.
at Bill and I was like, man, I don't know if there's hope. I was like, man, could we possibly get lucky enough to catch him some? I still didn't think we was going to catch you. And then, they start calling. And then once again, they get to that 4th place, 3rd place. And I told Bill, I was like, this is not good. I had a good brisket, but dang, man, I don't know what's going to happen. And
Look, Mike, I was doing the numbers in my head, and I'm like, I think it's 30, but I pulled out my phone. I said, let me calculate this just to be sure. I'm like,
right.
okay, I got 30 points. Then I knew. I said, if that Bill gets a 1st place brisket, it's over.
Yep.
It's over.
Yeah.
And guess what happened?
Yeah, he got a 1st brisket, and I had a 2nd brisket. So I had a 14th, a 2nd, and a 2nd. So there was a 15-point scoring cell because they took 15 to the finals. So I had 14 points, and my 14th place chicken gave me 2 points.
Wow.
Bill had a 1st, and a 1st gave him 30 points. So I got 30, Bill's got 30, and I'm over there talking to Bill, and I said, I don't remember all of his calls. I said, I think Brady's got either 31 or 32 points. And he's like, yeah, I don't remember. I said, I said, I think you got reserved, Bill. I said, I finished 3rd. And I said, man, congratulations. I said, but I was telling, I said, he's either got 31 or 32 points.
That would have been great.
And I thought it was over. I mean, I was like, man, he got it. You got reserve. I finished third. I'm happy. You know, I was happy that I didn't sit on my butt on TV.
Yeah, right,
you know,
right.
That was all I cared about.
No,
and,
we did good. The Barbecue USA did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, had three cooks that did pretty well. So
I saw Andy and Lynn conversing, and I'm like, oh, something's up here. Something's up. Something didn't seem right.
Yeah, I did too.
Right.
Three-way tie, and I knew. I said, I know
Yeah.
it's third.
Yeah, as soon as he said that, he said, "There's a three-way tie. We have a three-way tie for grand champion with 30 points." And I turned around to Bill and I was like, "You just freaking GC this thing!" And I got reserve. I was like, "Holy freaking crap!" So we literally. We didn't know. We literally I thought you won it. I thought you had 31 or 32 points.
That's just unheard of.
It is. I've never seen a three-way tie.
I don't know if this happened in KCBS, I guess, but they break ties a different way. But
right.
I've never seen it in BCA, IBCA, anything like that. That's a first. And what a great place.
I've never seen a three-way tie.
Yeah.
It happened at the best place. Drama on TV. Perfect.
Oh, I know it.
Right.
I know
Perfect
it.
TV.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
You couldn't have asked for a better script. And Bill, tell us a little bit about, now they really weren't following you. They was kind of following the Louisiana teams, but tell us what happened.
They weren't featuring me at all. You know, I wasn't I've already been on the show, and, you know, the show likes to feature new teams. So with me already being on the show, they don't, you know, all the emails went out. Remember when we were in Marksville, I think all the emails were going out while we were at Marksville.
Right.
But man, I didn't get an email or anything. But the producer came up to me before rib turn in, and said, "Hey, Michael wants to come by and say a few words. Do you have, you know, is it okay if he comes by?" And I said, yeah. It was about an hour before rib turn in. So they mic'd me up and he came onto the trailer and we just talked about, you know, I was chasing qualifiers and I had 5. I'm trying to get 6, and Louisiana has a blanket policy. So this is an actual state championship. And so probably spent maybe 5 minutes in my trailer with him, with me and my wife talking to him. And then of course, and that was it. That was the only real camera time, until, you know, when they said a three-way tie and Mike said that I had granded. I guess, you know, they're all wearing those little earpieces. So the cameraman leans over to me and says, "Hey, Michael wants to see you outside. So as soon as you get your GC trophy, go outside and talk to him." Because I guess maybe he had to leave. I don't know. So obviously, you know, I went outside after the contest and did a short interview with him there. And then, man, I guess he left. Did y'all see him hanging around after?
He just jetted. He was gone.
I thought we would have. I thought we would have seen him one more time after it was over, but nope, that was it.
But I'll tell you this: like whenever I was in Alabama, it was the same way. He left right after awards, and you know we all stood in line and did our recaps, kind of the way you guys did there. Alabama, he left right after awards, and we just stood there with the camera and the producers, and every team went through. The 6 teams went through and did their little recaps of the cook and whatnot, and. But yeah, so I just really had 2 spots with him.
Right.
One before rib turn in talking about qualifiers, and then after the contest. So
great, man. I'm glad you got on there. You should have been.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, but I do know this. I mean, those guys, they film like 200 hours of footage, and then they'll trim it down. They've got to trim it down to like 43 minutes. So I do know that just because you're a featured team and they're following you, the 6 teams. And from what I've seen from the previous episodes, if you don't really have a good day, that sometimes you can get cut, and they only feature, 4 or 5 teams.
Right.
I haven't yet seen really feature all 6, but I would assume both of you guys haven't. Yeah. They've cut.
I talked to the producer about that. I said, will we all make it on there? He said, well, it depends. If somebody's really not good and they really just don't think he'll make good TV. But he said, you being the past grand champion, he said, I don't see where you wouldn't be on there, But anyway.
Yeah.
I tried not to make a big
the top finishers
fool of myself.
Usually they put the top finishers on out of the group, so but yeah.
Well, that's good.
So if you get good calls,
I hope I get a little bit of time.
Yeah, I hate to go through all that and not get nothing, right, Brady?
No doubt.
I think so.
Yeah.
I hope I get show me 2 or 3 times, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like you.
So
I mean, Bill said you're kind of a shoe-in, man. You got reserve, and Brady got 3 good calls, and
Yeah.
the thing is, it's a cool story. They're going to be able to spin it. It's a 3-way tie for first
Right.
place, you know, and
Yeah.
then maybe Michael will probably find out what the tiebreaker was. I'm sure he may not. I don't know. I mean, I don't remember if Andy
I
said
don't know.
first place brisket, second place brisket, you know, is how it goes, and then you had a 12th place.
Well,
brisket,
he did say that brisket breaks the tie.
Okay,
know?
I didn't hear
So
him. Okay,
he did announce that.
okay,
I
good.
just want to. I'm very curious to see what he's saying during the awards. I know when he talks at the end while you're getting the awards. That's going to be very interesting to hear.
Yeah,
what he says about
commentary.
it.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's a pretty cool deal, but it was a great experience. I had a blast. My wife was like, did not really care about being in front of the camera so much, but it didn't bother me. I mean, they're like, dude, you're just a natural in front of a camera, and you can talk, and they always want you to rephrase the question. They'll ask you something, and you have to answer it like it's a question, and I do that a lot here. When we're doing promos and stuff, when we did Clash of the Titans, so I kind of had a little knowledge of how that part of it worked. And but it was fun, and I don't know if they did it with you, but did she ever try to say, are you nervous? Are you nervous about anything? Do you get worried about anything? She kept asking me, like, she over and over kept asking me that.
The producer for me was Griffin. I had the guy, Griffin.
Okay.
He asked me the same questions every time after turn in. How'd you feel about it? Is there anybody you worried about? Yeah. I know I mentioned you and Bill both. He said, what do you think about Mike Steele? After every time they asked a lot of repetitive questions. He told me that. He said, we're going to be asking you a lot of the same things.
Yeah. Because they kept asking me, and I don't know. I know
you told him, huh? You told him, Mike, that Brady Baudin, he's the guy to beat. So I think that's.
Oh, they told me that too, and I told them this. I said, let me tell y'all something. These barbecue guys are talking a bunch of crap about me because that usually makes you lose. I said, that's why they're doing it.
I didn't even think about it.
So I totally expect that. I said, the more you talk about somebody, the worse they do, okay? So y'all can listen to that mess.
Oh, that is awesome. And Daryl Walker was next to me. They're wanting us to razz each other and have some fun. And Daryl Walker, he came over like, Mike, Magic Mike, let me season your rubs. I was like, man, what you gonna put on it? Man, I got a case of salt. I mean, I got some pepper over here and some salt. He was gonna season them up with pepper. I was like, man, get out of here. And they was like, what do you think about Daryl? You got a chance to beat Daryl? I was like, man, Daryl better watch it. I said, now let me tell you about Daryl. If he's on his game, he's hard to beat. Other than that, I said, I got him. He's going to go down today, But
they asked me about Daryl. I told him, I said, look, Daryl wants it more than anybody. I said, Daryl's kind of up and coming. I said, he's due one. And I don't know if he'll get it today, but it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I felt about Daryl. I know Daryl's got his heart in it. 100%.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he's coming. It's coming for him. He's going to get it.
It was funny. There was one time I was sitting there and I had my squirt bottle with water in it. And I knew the film crew was around there, and I ran around there, and I had it on a stream. I mean, this thing can shoot a stream 20 feet. I ran around there, and when I ran around, I heard a smoke alarm going off in the trailer. And I came around there, and they was filming. I started squirting. Where's the fire? Where's the fire? And I was just squirting him all in the chest. And they were cracking up. I said, man, what you got on fire over here, man? You burning up stuff? And I kept squirting him with water.
They told me Daryl had a fire.
Yeah.
So it was just a fake fire, though.
Yeah, maybe. Well, he had something. His smoke detector or something was going off in his trailer.
Oh, okay.
And oh my God! And I came running around the corner, and I didn't hear it. I was just gonna play with him and start squirting him when he was filming.
Timing was perfect.
The timing, it could not have been any better. Man, they were laughing so hard. They kept filming it. Oh, it was a blast. We had a good time. I love Daryl. I mean, man, that guy is the
nice
salt
guy.
of the earth. He is so awesome. And
absolutely.
We just had a blast with him. So
anyway. I didn't know my neighbors well at all, and they were in the show JBQ. But I got to know them, talking. Come to find out, I worked with the guy's daddy for years at a hospital years ago. I didn't know that. So it's a small world. I got to meet them, good guys, and we talked some crap with them. And the camera crew's like, if you're gonna talk crap with them, make sure the camera's on.
Yeah.
I said, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
That's right, and that's what they want. They want a little drama, you know. So I would try to have the trash talk, but then I back it up like, man, look, you know, he can kick my butt anytime. You know, I don't want to come off as the cocky one.
When they were interviewing me, they asked me some stuff. They wanted me to, you know, I talk some crap, which I don't usually do. You know, I said, hey, they think they come and beat me today. That's a bunch of crap, especially the guy from Texas. He ain't got a shot. You know, but, I know better than that. I just had to say it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
Texas think they coming over here and beat me.
I know it.
So, and North Louisiana. That's the same thing.
I know
I
it.
just said all that. I don't mean that, guys. Okay, if he put it on TV, I didn't mean it.
I know it.
No, it's all good, brother.
I wanted to say, you know, all they call me is they call me a Yankee up here, but I didn't want to say it because Jessica was from New York or New Jersey. I didn't want to offend her, but I was going to say anything north of I-10, which is at the bottom of Louisiana, you're a Yankee. So I really wanted to say something like, hey, that's the last thing they need is a Yankee from up north Louisiana to come down here and kick their butt. But I was like, I'm not even going to go there.
Exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Hey, I tried to represent the best I could. I did all I could do.
Hey, brother, you did. Look, it was a 3-way tie. As far as I'm concerned, we all did good. It just came down to a freaking tiebreaker. So,
you know, I was thinking, I said, if this would have been an outlaw contest,
it'd
have been Mike Grand, me reserve, and Bill third.
Just
saying,
that's right.
Sure would have.
Man, I had the same thoughts, Brady. I thought, man, if this would have been a cumulative system, you know, if it would have been cumulative, I would have been sitting in third, you know?
Yeah.
So,
it changes. I played with numbers doing things. And in some contests, it didn't mean hardly anything, but some it changed a lot.
Right.
This was one of them. It would have changed a lot, you know?
Yeah, it would.
But it is the system we have, and it's a good system.
Right.
But we know exactly what to expect.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And it was fair, and it was done just right.
It was good.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you know what? If you get beat,
but I
you
did
got to
have
get
those
beat by the
exact
best.
same thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I was telling Suzette on the way home, Bill, I was like, man, if this had just been the outlaw, you know, you get whoever's got 3 walks, you know, you got it. I was like, oh, well, it's what it is. You know, let it rip.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we're fixing to bring in the world champ over here. Well, the points champ, let's get this right. And he actually finished 3rd in the world this past weekend, or 2 weekends ago, Mr. Matt Ouverson. Brother, how are you doing, man? You there, Matt?
I'm doing good.
That's good, brother. How you doing?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We can hear you.
Good.
You're good. Well, tell us about your big weekend. As if you don't know, Matt Ouverson is one of our cooks on Barbecue Champs Academy. Incredible steak cooker. 2019 SCA points champion. His sister won the world championship year before last, or 2 years ago. And Matt finished 3rd place at the SCA World Champion 2020. Yep, she was 2020. And then Matt just finished 3rd place out of 400 and plus teams. Had a 253.3 score, and a 253.5 is a perfect score, which first place was a perfect score. First time that's ever happened. It was a 253.5. Second was a 253.4. Matt had a 253.3. Matt, tell us about your weekend, brother. I mean, that had to be pretty cool to go back and do that well.
Yeah, it's 254.5 though, Mike.
Oh, 254.5. What did I say? 3?
253.
253. Yeah, 254. 254.5. You had a 254.3. Missed it by 2/10. So,
yeah.
How did your weekend go? What was your whole deal coming into it? Did you have a game plan that you was going to cook? You hadn't been cooking a whole lot this year. So what was your game plan kind of rolling into this deal?
Yeah, I haven't cooked very much. I probably only practiced a few times. I've been playing with some new stuff, and I found something that I really like, and it worked. So I was just went in there with my normal mindset, you know, just kind of be myself and have a good time and cook a steak.
Right. I tell you what, man, you did an amazing job. How many rounds? You had the first round that you had to go through, and then that qualified you
Yeah,
in
I
for
think
the
there
second
was
day.
there was 55 or 56. I finished fifth in my qualifier with like a 252.5 or something like that. And I needed that extra few points for the next day. My stake pick was way in the back of the line. I was kind of 10 from the back, so I really didn't get the stake that I wanted. And then I had a couple of guys that kind of talked me into my second pick, which I did end up using my second pick that I cooked. So,
Wow, and that was on. And how many went to the final round and cooked, Matt?
94.
94
Wow.
teams. Wow. Man, to finish third out of 94, that's pretty awesome. Wow. And dang near a perfect score. So
I know. I mean, it's like you. Yeah, I mean, you got two judges there that they either gave you a 10.8 or one judge gave you a 10.7, and
right.
I mean, if you got that close, just give it up. I mean, really.
Yeah, that's amazing. Matt you was the first one to get a perfect score, or second one? First one, a couple years ago.
What's that?
You was the first one in SCA to ever get a perfect score, wasn't you?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay, that was a couple years ago. He had the first perfect score in SCA history a couple years. Was it last year? Year before last? Last year, wasn't it?
2 years ago.
2 years.
2 years
ago.
ago.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, to get a 254.5, that's a tough feat right there. So let's see, we got a few folks coming in here. Who we got? Congratulations, Matt. That's Miss Caitlin Crane.
Thank you.
Let's see who else we got. Justin, congrats, Matt.
Hey, Matt, do you run your own box? I was joking.
Yeah, Matt.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Inquiring minds want to know: do you run your own box? And what is your turn-in
Yes, I
window?
do.
Let's see. So, yeah. Have you ever missed a turn-in, Matt?
I normally cook about 10 minutes before my turn-in. So my steak is normally done about halfway through the window.
Okay.
I try not to cut it close. I've
I
never
got you.
turned in right there at the very last unless I want to.
I got you.
So.
Well, there's some guys that just like to play with their socks and doctor up slices and look pretty. And those are the ones that tend to sometimes not know how to set a clock and give their lovely, beautiful wife a box with literally less than 1 minute to go turn a box in. And at that point, come in 4 seconds late and then blame her. So I'm glad you've never missed a turn in, brother. That's really cool. I have personally never missed a turn in. Thank goodness, knock on wood. If my wife is running, I promise you I will never have a turn in box that'll be late, because she'll kick my butt to make sure by at least, if it's a 3-minute walk, it better be in her hand pretty much well by 3:02. So anyway, well, I tell you what, Matt, man, you sound like you just had a spectacular weekend. What's the big plans? I mean, you've kind of changed up the name a little bit. You've got Aces Wild now. What's going on with Aces Wild? Tell us a little bit about what you got cooking.
The marinade is out in the new label, and then pork rub should be out in a few weeks. I think we finalized the AP and the beef rub next Friday, and it should take them probably a couple months to get that out. And once that's out, we're ready to rock. So,
okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, you got any big plans for this year in cooking?
We got. I just came back from Vegas, so I left from Fort Worth to Vegas with Craig. We cooked the hospitality tent out there for the Con Egg show. That was absolutely an amazing deal, and we got a lot of good contacts out there. So we'll see what the world holds here in the next 6 or 8 months, but it's looking pretty good.
Are you going to do more state competitions this year than you did last?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fill in some stuff. I think I'm cooking April 15th up in Sioux City. I'll have to see what's on the calendar, but there's quite a few. And after this what I've done for the last 4 or 5 weeks because I cooked in Florida and did very well there. So I feel that right now I got a good flavor. We'll see how it fares the rest of the way out.
That holds up. That's good. That's good. Well, Matt, we appreciate you, man, coming on, and man, huge congratulations. I know you had to feel pretty good for no more cooks than you did this year to be able to hone it in at the very end, start working on a flavor profile for the Worlds, because you kept telling me I may not have been cooking a whole lot, but I tell you what, they better watch out because I'm bringing it. I remember you telling me that, and you kind of did like Marissa. You showed up and showed out. You almost got there. 0.2 of a point away from winning that deal, so, or at least tying. Now, what's the tiebreaker for a world championship if y'all both have a 254.5? What's the tiebreaker?
I imagine it would have to be a coin flip because if you would have a tie, normally you go back to taste, and the highest taste score would get the tiebreaker. So everything else is a 50s across the board, and 254.5 for the taste. So there's no final tiebreaker. It would have to be a coin flip, and I guess flip the money and make another trophy. So
wow, that suck to get all the way there and have to flip a coin for it. So
happened to me in St. Louis with Melissa Burns when we won the $10,000 challenge out there. In the octagon. So we tied there, and it was a perfect tie. So I had to split the 10 grand with her, but I don't mind splitting 10 grand with her. So.
No, that's a good chunk of money. That's a good chunk of money. Well, guys, I certainly appreciate everybody being on tonight. I'll give everybody a real quick chance to thank their sponsors and stuff. Arica, sweetie, we're going to start with you first.
I want to thank Royal Oak. We just got all our merch in and had our pallet delivered, and it's always exciting for us, for sure. And I'm going to go get the guest room ready for James.
Ching!
Poor guy.
Yeah, I think we just need to drop the mic on that. Golly. Brady, brother, who you got to thank, man?
Hey, man, I just want to shout out to Atlanta Barbecue Store for having everything I need as a one-stop shop for my barbecue. Just want to shout out to my boys, Jerry Valley, Keith Sharp, Tata Hickman, Justin Proctor for being my great barbecue buddies, keeping me in line.
Yeah.
And it was great being on the show, Mike. I loved every bit of it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. We're going to get more of you guys from down south on here.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of y'all that are so good down there. And, man, I'm bouncing around all over the company. I was like, man, I got to get my Louisiana boys on here. So, man, Brady, congratulations, man, on an outstanding weekend. You did your best. I did my best. And it was a lot of fun cooking with you. You're coming up to Monroe in a couple of weeks, right?
Yep, I'll be there.
Good deal.
Congratulations, Bill, Mike, all of you guys. It was great talking to you guys.
Matt, any sponsors you want to thank, brother?
I'd like to say congratulations to Ken Perkins, our new world champion. First and foremost, Craig Carter for the Ancillary Points Championship this year. He got his ring. Sandy Brown, another this year's points champion, got another ring. White Lightning, Gunther Will Knives, M Grills, B&B Charcoal, and I want to thank Greg for that awesome foil box that he sent me. That thing is really cool. Sweet, and it'll be put in the trailer. Yes, it'll be put in the trailer next week. So
that's awesome. All right, Mr. Bill, you're up, brother.
And Royal Oak. I want to thank Royal Oak, Cosmos, LC Barbecue, Midland Meat. Trying to think who else. I'm sure there's more, but I want to congratulate you guys for sure. Man, a three-way tie. That was awesome. And Matt, I don't really follow the steak world, but I know I think I met you at Memphis in May. But congratulations. Yeah, I'll be there again as well. So I'll be helping Pinkertons this year. So I'll be there.
There you go.
But yeah, congrats to everybody. And there's openings on the chicken fried team if need be, Arica. So
thank you, sir. Thank you. Noted.
Yeah, right here, baby. Right here. I'll get you a shirt. We got shirts made. I'll be glad to get you one.
I won't make you run. I won't make you run.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, what about duck fat? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, duck fat. That's right. for sure.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, guys, I really do appreciate y'all taking a little time out to be with us tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed our show. It's always great to be able to have laughs. I know we got a chance to poke at one of our favorites, but the truth does need to be spoken sometimes. And this is the best way to do it other than just airing it out on Facebook. And we do appreciate y'all so much. We love you. We love your support. And thank each of you. Bill, thank you for co-hosting with us tonight, brother. You deserved it, man. You're on a roll. We're all rooting for you to get number 7. And when you do,
Yes,
brother, you know you're going to be back on here. So it's been a great journey. And keep it going. Everybody says we love the trash talk. So
Right.
I hope everybody took it in fun, because I know we sure did. So, you have to dig down and get to the brass tacks of what really was the problem. And it's not Arica's fault. So anyway, all right, guys, I appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your week. Sit tight, Brady. Don't run off. And we're going to get ready to close this thing out. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your week. We're going to be in Gilmer, Texas, Lord willing, this weekend, cooking the Risk It for the Brisket competition. And I don't think Bill's going or Brady's going, so I may have a chance. And I'll just keep my fingers crossed and hope that I get lucky and get the right tables and cook some good food. So everybody, enjoy the rest of your week.